us know what your favorite junk food is. Today is National Junk Food Day.
I love it.
Come on, chime in. Pamela's already chimed in. We want more of you to respond to us on Facebook Live.
Absolutely. So get social with us for sure. Well, I'll tell you what, ain't nobody getting social if there ain't no ice at the party. I'll tell you that right now. And whether it is hurricane preparedness, which by the way, is kind of our focus next hour. If you haven't pre-ordered on the Augustin Farms milk yet, you need to. I believe at last count, there were like over 500 of those already pre-ordered. But as I mentioned, ain't nobody getting social if there ain't no ice. And whether that's blanching your vegetables or just keeping that, cool beverage cold, we have one of our favorite items, seasonal items here at HSN. It is from our exclusive Improvements family. This is our most popular compact design. It's really not much larger than, I would say, a bread maker. So it's 9.5 inches in the length by 14 1/8 inches in width and 12 3/4 inches in height. So 9.5 by 14 1/8 by 12 3/4. You just choose whether or not you want it in the red or in this beautiful stainless steel, 606-780. Now, I have to defer to my fellow Minnesotan and our great guest, Rebecca Wood. Hey, Rebecca, are we gonna get any more of these? You know, you only have a couple hundred to go around, right?
We keep going through these, and it's always a guessing game if we're able to bring back more, but they have been wildly popular this year. I think people realize that even when they're not having huge parties and huge get-togethers, they're using ice on the daily, and that's what's so great about this. This is going to be your answer for every get-together, for every tailgating party, for every camping, RVing, boating, but also daily, because look at this. I've just had mine going for a little while, and look I have a full tray of ice. You want to know why, Shannon? Because this baby right here makes a full tray of ice every 7 minutes. All of that, and without a water line. You just plug it in. That's all you have to do.
And so any water, so by the way, you don't need a drain line, you don't need a plumbing line, you don't, I mean, literally, if you're at a picnic shelter and there's a little plug in there, you can, Rebecca, I know you have one of those adapters for your car, so you could, there are a lot of people who are doing glamping, a lot of people are actually renting the RVs and driving across country or doing camping excursions for their family vacations, because it keeps you socially responsible and safe, yet gets you out of the house. So don't just think of this for the parties, backyard, front yard, inside. So Rebecca, at the end of the day, all I do, people always ask, okay, is it hard to clean? Do I need a drain line? How do I do this? You've got a great shot at home, Rebecca, and give them how much ice it makes again, and then so it's an ice maker, not an ice keeper. We just always like to make that clear. So we just literally dumped regular, well, if you want to be fancy like me and use your bottled water, you can. But basically you just pour the water in and it does the work, right?
All for you. You saw I just poured it right into this reservoir. It's going to hold about a gallon of water, which means you go enjoy the party. You don't have to babysit it. When it does become full, just like this, it stops making it automatically to give you time to go and put it in the freezer, put it in the cooler. Then once you put that tray back in, you're going to see that it will automatically go back to making ice if you have it going. First time, all you have to do is just push on. Here's the best thing about this. Not only is it our most portable, but you get small ice and a large ice, so you get to decide, and you can see the difference here. The small is going to be great for the creamy drinks, the your blended drink, the large for your mixed drinks, and that's going to be because it's going to melt even slower, but each one has this little indentation. There's so much cool ice technology with this, it's not even funny. That little indentation is there because it's made from these little stainless steel prongs that flash freeze it. That means, because it's flash frozen, less impurities, another reason it tastes like the best ice you've ever had. But it's also going to give you more surface of the ice, meaning your drink is going to cool down faster. It's still that one big bullet of ice, though, so that means it's going to melt slowly. The other really cool thing that I absolutely love is we made it bullet shape. It's this shape for a reason, because you can pop it into even the smallest of those reusable water bottles.
Oh,
so instead of taking big pumps and trying to get those tubes and trying to jam them in there, these pop right in. So easy to go. So that's, you really are going to use this daily.
Rebecca, I'll just show that live. So on the top here, you can see just what Rebecca talked about. You can choose small or large, and there is a method to the madness. So once you guys can see that, I'll grab one of these. Incidentally, Rebecca, you mentioned it. This is what restaurants use. I know that's something that you and Guy have talked about. There are these, what I call them, the little power pistons. So let me grab a small and a large. Now, they are bullet shaped for a reason, as Rebecca indicates. Hey, by the way, if you want the stainless, we have fewer than 200. So here is, I think you can kind of see. So here's your large, obviously. There's your small. You can tell it's hot in the studio. These little guys are starting to melt, which is why you need our insulated totes coming up in just a few moments. But here's the small. So you don't have to jam or cram or break or chip. I mean, it literally, you know, drops right in there. Actually, that was one of the large ones too.